Okay, buenos dias, clase. This is Profe Jeff, just welcoming you back from spring break and getting back into the swing of things here with our class. I wanted to give you this little intro to how the class will be changed now. There aren't a lot of things that are different other than that we'll be online. We've been teaching Spanish 111 online for many years now, and so we're well prepared for this. We'll just have to adjust a few things that we were used to doing in class. So I wanted to show you some things here in our Canvas course to get us up and going. I know it's been a little while, but just a few things that you'll notice. If you always just refer to the bottom of the home page, that's where our calendar's at, and you'll see that things have been adjusted. You can also look at your other calendars that you might have where all of your classes are shown. But you'll see here that what I've done is for this first week, as we're getting back into things, we're just going to be finishing up with our last chapter. So for this week, all you need to do is send in your Diario 2 and Diario 2 that we had been working on and figure out some way to work on conversation logs. Now, as you know from our regular class, I've been flexible with dates on especially conversation logs, so just find something that will work for you. I'll be sending emails and announcements in Canvas that will give you some ideas on how to do your conversation logs. Since the conversation lab on campus is closed, we'll have some other options for you. The best way is to find a friend or family member that you can talk with, maybe by Skype or FaceTime. When doing that, just simply take a screenshot with the person on the screen with whom you're speaking, and that's what we'll use for showing that you've done it. And those can always be submitted just by clicking on the assignment, just like other assignments that you turn in for this or other classes. Okay. We've been working on the conversation with Profe Jeff, and I believe as I look at my list that we've finished that with everyone in class. If there's someone who hasn't, we'll set up a Zoom meeting or something to visit. The other thing to complete this week is that there's a quiz in Canvas, just a simple quiz on what helps you learn the best and how much time you spend in preparation for Spanish class and things like that. So really it'll just give you a chance to get some more points towards the grade that you want. Okay. And the biggest change on things is how tests will be done. So you'll see that I've moved the first My Spanish, or the third My Spanish lab that's due for chapter 3 back a week from what it was in class. So take your time to get back into it. The My Spanish lab activities will be due on the 7th of April, and then we'll have our exam, which is also in My Spanish lab, on April 8th. Just a word on the exams in My Spanish lab. They are timed. We do have it does have a lot of time. The default is set for 3 hours, I believe. But you only have one attempt. So once you open the test in My Spanish lab, please go ahead and take it. You can use all your resources that you need, just like in class. I don't even mind if maybe you're on Zoom or FaceTime or Skype with somebody and take it together. That's always encouraged. But if you close your first attempt without having submitted it, that means it counts that as your submission. So just be careful to take it when you're ready. It's open now. In fact, everything is open now in My Spanish lab from now to the end of the semester, so you can always work ahead. Remember the phrase from class, un poco todos los días, is what I always recommend, so you can practice a little bit every day. Okay? I just wanted to show you one thing as we move forward that is different than what we had been doing in class, and that's what we call the online tarea. Okay? So in class, we worked together, we did assignments together, we did practices together, and in the book, and uh, this is no different. So the online tarea is taking the place of what we would do in class. So you'll be expected to go to them showing you chapter 4 because that's what will be the next chapter. And again, you can always work ahead if you have the time and energy to do so. So if you finish up with chapter 3 soon, then you can get into chapter 4 here. So it just gives us a little introduction, and it tells us what to do. So step 1 is to repasar vocabulario. So you're just going to look at vocabulary on the page that it says. Anytime it says completar, I would like you to write out the responses in a Word document. Okay, and then just keep track of those. Have a Word document for each of the activities that says completar. Okay, if it says repasar, that means to review. Right, and then in the areas where there might be some grammar or other type of explanations, I've included a video that will help you understand the concept, so you can watch that whenever you'd like. Okay, and then again, completar, repasar. So what you turn in will be whatever it says here, completar. So activity 4.5 or 4.6 on that page, etc. Okay, again, there's videos to help us understand those things. Right, so back on the idea of practicing un poco todos los días, you'll notice that this could be a lot of work for sitting down in one time and doing it, but if you do a little bit every day, un poco todos los días, you'll be able to finish it by the due date. So how it works is, if you look at the calendar for the next chapter, chapter 4, you'll see that on one day we have the online tarea due, okay? And then following that, we'll have the My Spanish Lab 4 due, and then the exam. Okay, so the idea is to finish the work from the book, just like we do in class, then finish the work from My Spanish Lab, though ideally you'll be working on that un poco todos los días as well, right? So once you've completed those two things, then you'll take the test. All right. Just wanted to make one more comment on how things have changed, so follow things on the calendar. Beginning next week, starting with April 6th, and I'll send out some more information throughout the week. But what I'd like to do is to have Zoom meetings at the same time we would normally have class at noon. But so there won't be a bunch of us in the meeting at, every time, and so you don't have to attend every time. I would like to set up a schedule where part of the class meets on Monday and part of the class meets on Wednesday, and then we can practice speaking Spanish like we do with the Conversaciones con el Profe Jeff, okay? So I'll send out some information on that, but you'll go to enter those by clicking on the Zoom section of our class and then joining here. I will also be sending out an email with the connection to the Zoom room, okay? All right, I think that'll do enough to get us started. So just take this week and keep reviewing what we've been doing. All right, and get in there and submit your diario if you haven't done so. If you turned it in to me, I will be grading those after everyone has submitted them this week. And then work on conversation log and get going with the quiz that's in Canvas. Okay? All right, we'll see you in class. Adios.